Alright, my fellow G Witch enjoyers. So, episode 20. Okay, yep. Episode 20, man. Things are getting more intense. I feel like I said it every freaking week because it's again, like this episode was packed with action, a lot of brutality, a lot of atrocity as well, man. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of trauma going on that I feel like the trauma team from Cyberpunk, the anime version, is won't save us at all. So I think overall this episode did flow really well from what happened on in space, and then what happened at school. I think the transition itself it's not bad, right? It jumps back and forth between the fight with Grill and Shadiq, and then what happened at school with Genanji, and then we have Noria. So yeah, so what will happen at the beginning? So at the beginning we know that things went south on Earth because freaking Prospera launched an all-out attack on Earthian, their land, destroying all the mass production of the Lefrips, so we know that part. So right now, Kenanchi and Grill are rushing back into space or back to school actually, because they want to capture Shadiq. Because now they kind of started to figure out that Shadiq is the one that's behind everything, the incident at Planet Quata, the open chemistry incident. So they know that much, but they haven't really got any real confirmation. So they really need to hear from him. So that's pretty much it. And then after that, we did see that ship on his spaceship. So they were engaged. Then we do skip to the opening, and then now we're back at school. So we did have a very nice little slice of life moment between Martin and Cecilia, and I forgot what's that guy's name, the one that's holding the horror. But pretty much why Martin came to Cecilia and the other guy was he wanted to tell them that he has made up with his friends, pretty much that. But they were kind of questioning why Ariel was on space, why was the Gundam controlling the other unit. So they saw that, so they weren't dumb. So they kind of noticed that something was up with Ariel. So that was that. And then after that, we pretty much cut back into the other airplanes, like the other classmates. They were just kind of like, they were definitely not really feeling well what happened on Earth, right? But we have Celetta. She's sitting to school. She went to class, but she wasn't really paying attention. And then someone out of nowhere kind of anonymously texting her like, did Mione actually kill the Urshian? So we don't know who texted that. I am assuming, I want to say, my wild guess is probably Fang, or not Fang. I mean, she's probably, but I don't know. But it's probably, I want to say Belle, and the other guy. I want to say it's them, or maybe it's the Assembly League, because that got brought up a lot in this episode. So I think in the next few episodes we will know who's like the mastermind behind the whole game, because they were the ones funding the mass production of the grid. So we will see more about that. And then we cut to Pedro. She's like kind of just telling or giving her the class lecture because the letter was out of it. And then we pretty much jump back into space. So at this point in time, we have a Shadiq, and then, or not yet, we have Grill. He was aboard. Well, he joined up with his brother, and he was pretty much asking where's his my units, because they're pretty much met up with a Shadiq. Him and his four other classmates joined them and Rubus and whatnot. So they started engaging. So in terms of the Khadidra, they brought their own men as well. So I think it's probably 5 of the men from the Khadidra squad. They were pretty much engaging the other fellows from the Grass League house. So that's pretty much it. So Grill versus Shadiq, the Khadidra squad versus the other members of the Grass League. So that was it was, to me, this episode felt long in terms of like the actual battle, but I think the battle itself speaks for itself. They were pretty much just kind of talking about the overall incident, what really happened. So Shadiq did kind of admit everything happened because he planned it out. Pretty much he admits to it. So we have that. And then we do have like Kananji. He actually made it to campus now. So at this point in time, they have released President series. So he's on board like a kind of like a spacecraft. So he is on his way to probably the headquarters of the Assembly League, right? I don't like to this point in time we don't know who that is, but they will get to that, I assume. And then they have also released the Ellen, the enhanced person, right? Not the real one. So, all right, here's the funny part that we'll get to in a bit. I'll talk a little bit more about Ellen in later on. But so they released Ellen, Mika, Noah, and all that. So Noah immediately after that trying to look for his liquid dorm, right? Because like she wasn't having it because all those people on the earth died, so she was trying to take revenge. So she did. She actually just launched like an all-out attack with her units and all those mobile suit Genbis. So things were going wild at school because like all the building were collapsing. There's a lot of catastrophic damage. We saw Soletta and Pedro just freaking running for their life. They were like they were running for their life, and then at one point I think Noah shot one of the buildings that Soletta and Pedro was in, so they collapsed. At this point in time we didn't know what happened. We will know at the like in a little bit. Spoiler alert, Pedro didn't make it yet. I assume I'm gonna say she makes it because I don't know. I just have a feeling she will make it, not to the point where she's dead. I don't think she's dead. Like I don't see it that way, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe she is. But yeah, things are getting real, man. And then we do see everyone from the Earth's house just gathering, and kind of like a bunker area, like it's kind of like an underground bunker. And then we were later joined up by Martin and then Cecilia. They're like, oh, we're all gonna die because just all the movies that are out there, especially from Noah. She's bound to destroy the whole colony at this point in time. And then Cecilia reviewed it. They have like this test mobile suit. I think it's still called, is it like a Demi something? I don't know the name, but they brought like a testing unit, so they have Chuchu pilot it because she's the only one that's able to pilot. But obviously they need someone to configure that new unit. Guess who came back just in time? We have Nika. She came back just in time. So at this point in time, they're not really arguing with each other. They're working together to just kind of solve the current problem. So Martin, I like the fact that Martin took the initiative to kind of stop Chuchu because she was about to go off on her. Like let me tell you, she was about to, but Martin just kind of stopped her. Martin told Nika like, we need to like now. Can you kind of like tune up that unit like ASAP? So yeah. So after that, pretty much, what is it? Chuchu joined up with another fellow mobile suit pilot from the excuse me, the Juturg squad. So they're kind of going at it, kind of exchanging battles. Yes, I think. And then at this point in time, we do skip back in space, where we have Grill and Shitty just kind of going at it. Like they were like I feel like this mobile suit battle right here was like a beef that they've been having since they were at school. I don't know. It just to me that they always have like this unspoken rivalry, I guess, because of Yone. Somehow there's always a girl in between, right? There's always a girl between all these conflicts, right? So we have that. Eventually, Grill did defeat Sadiq. Right, and then also Sabrina came help, but she got destroyed as well. At this point in time, pretty much all the Cathedral squad, like all the other members, like they call it reinforcement, right? So they pretty much surrounded everyone. Shadiq is so Shadiq at this point in time is being arrested pretty much, but since he's arrested, I don't know what's gonna become of him, especially with the whole plan. So pretty much right now we are left with Prospera. We are left with the Assembly League, and then we still have Bell. So we have those three parties going on. So I think we should get somewhere interesting afterward. unless Sadiq somehow escape and then he still goes on with the master plan, I doubt it, because I feel like everything came to a conclusion in this third episode. Like all the build up, right? I feel like all the build up from season 1 to now finally concluded, which I don't know. To me, I find it somewhat kind of short in terms of this overall conflict. I feel like they found like they made Shadi confess really easy. I don't know. Like that's just kind of my opinion, but they're pretty much arrested, and then we are back on school. So at this point in time, we do see Noah fighting against Kananji, and then we have the man of the hour, the enhanced person number 5 Ellen. He gave like a really touching speech, like a really sensational speech to Noah, kind of convincing her that just let it go, like homophobia and whatnot. Dude, that to me was really touching. Like I was like, man. And then we have this one famous shots. I feel like this shot is so reminiscent in any kind of franchise. I think in Unicorn, and then from Gundam Double O, freaking Kananji sniped the heck out of Noah. I was like, bro, are you kidding me? Dude, I don't know. I didn't, dude, like, I don't know. I didn't want her to die. Like, truly, I want them to escape somewhere, right? Just like in, what is it? MS team from like the OG series where the main character and they escape or not. Dude, I really wanted them to make it somehow, but my gosh, like, can you not snipe her like that? Like, literally, cannot you snipe her right out of the car? Like, literally, dead on, bullseye. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. At this point in time, things are pretty much wrapping up. We do see the casualty at school. There's no jokes, because like they were pretty much packing people in body bags. It was that serious. We see a lot of people still buried on the ground. We do have another shot with Soletta, like that's the Earthians. They saw Soletta, they're like, oh, just running up to her and see what's going on. Then we have a shot with Mika trying to talk to Soletta, but Soletta was like, oh, can you come help me lift all these rebels? Because like she was just kind of like, oh, there's people still buried, maybe they're still alive, we gotta save them. So yeah, that's pretty much what we were kind of end things out with. So this episode was just brutal all the way through. There was no breaks for any piece at all. Like this episode, they went full send. So I don't really know what's gonna happen up next episode. Oh, before I talk about that, so remember how I talked about Ellen? So he got arrested at the end, but what about the actual real Ellen? Because he is a clone, right? So I wonder what's gonna happen when the real Ellen shows up. Like, are they gonna say that, oh, someone cloned him out of nowhere just to do it? Because we have the real Ellen still at Pell Technology Good, right? So that part I think will get answered in the next few episodes. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys. This episode was really intense. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts and comments about this episode. Like, how do you guys feel? But other than that, that's it for me. And then I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.